Alright, so if you're watching this on Tumblr, then I'm already gone. No, I'm not dead. I'm away on a candy. Okay, fine. I'm LARPing. Um, I'm leaving Friday, and so I have to do this beforehand. Also, I've been required uh, to write my blog post about these readings for class between classes. My next because my next class is tomorrow, I have to do this on Wednesday. Uh, but it's still going to update on my blog on Tumblr uh, on on Saturday because that's when I have less things to post. All right. So, also speaking of things to post, um, I have gotten distracted and have not been keeping up with Hemingway. So once again, I have absolutely no idea what I've posted about Hemingway on Thursday and Friday because I wasted all of the buffer space that I had built up with my queue. Hopefully, I got around to actually finishing reading chapters 14, 15, 16, 17, and hopefully I'm already got something done for Monday, which should be the end of the book because I believe there's only 19 chapters. All right, so the readings. Today we had to, for my class, we had to read a piece by Stites and Jewett, two separate pieces. Stites wrote about social networking and the quest to have more followers to attain a level of internet celebrity. Um, she posted a lot about, wrote a lot about. Why did I say posted? It has to probably do with the fact that I think in posts now. She wrote a lot about all these different networks that she was a part of, and eventually she talked about how it was kind of weird that she was at a party with with this one guy who was in a network of a friend. They both got a text message from this guy through Dodgeball, which is apparently a social networking site from quite a while ago. I have no idea if it's still up. Um, and they're both in his network, but they're not in each other's network. And she was kind of interested by this, about why the hell they weren't in each other's networks. Um, and so that was kind of interesting. And I actually thought about my own blog and about how I know absolutely every single one of my followers on Tumblr. Actually, no, I don't know. There's one person who I don't know, and I'm really glad that this person finds me interesting enough to actually follow. I know, yeah, I've got 12 followers. I know 11. Uh, and I actually find it kind of sad that all of my followers are people that know me, and that they've decided to follow me not that they know that I know all my followers, but that they follow me because they know me, but they don't know me because they follow me. Yeah, you follow me? Yeah, horrible puns. I'll hurt myself later for that, or I'll tell Jen about that and she'll hurt me. Um, so yeah, and it got me thinking about how I've been trying to get more followers and how I've been trying to make my blog a little more dynamic, a little bit more multimodal. And that leads me into the next reading. Jewett's thing on multimodal is about how we use it and how um, and sort of its effects. How we're trying to work with um, writing and artwork and images, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. Um, she talks a lot about different games and how in games they'll use the writing and the dialogue and what they can and all the stuff that they actually have to write and in order to lead the player in a certain direction and pretty much that. But yeah, there's so much more she could have um, that she could have gotten into, and if I hadn't only read the first half, probably I would have found that she talked about that. But I was thinking about film, and in my writing film scenario class, where we're talking about screenplays, uh, we deal with this this difference, and we were talking about the difference between writing books and writing screenplays. And one of the key differences in that is that in a book you give as much detail as you can. You know, for especially for the actions. You know, you'll have Todd walk down the stairs, depressed, thinking about all the horrible things that happened yesterday and how horrible today was going to be, and then he drearily walked to the um, to the cabinet and got a bowl and some cereal, and then he went to the fridge and got the gallon of milk out and poured himself a bowl, and that was terrible writing. That was just off the top of my head. Please don't comment about how that was a horrible story. It's But yeah, you can say all of that, and people will read it, and if you write it well and not like I just made it off the top of my head, people will like it. Now, but in a screenplay, you're not concerned with people reading the screenplay. My professor in my class actually says he doesn't see why people get have such a big deal over when a screenplay gets leaked, because no one reads those anyway. The only people who read them hate to read them, and the people who read the first screenplays, they're the ones that you're writing for. You're writing for the person who's going to determine if they should give this a producer and a director to actually make a shooting script. And it's the director and the other people involved in the actual shooting that are going to be concerned with adding the details that they need to run the thing. You're just concerned with getting the plot out there and letting. So when you write a screenplay, instead of saying all the stuff I was talking about, Todd going down the stairs, you say Todd walks down the stairs, Todd gets a bowl of cereal. That's pretty much all you really need to say. And unless of course you're doing voiceover, in which case you'll then talk about how horrible things were yesterday. All that. And it got me and it also got me thinking about image and writing, and not just in the film idea, because I'm also a novelist, or attempting to be so. And I was thinking about The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick, I want to say. And it's told half in pictures and half in writing, and it's not a picture book. A picture book, you got whole pages with pictures, and then there's writing at the bottom that describes what's in the pictures and stuff like that. In this, the pictures come with no description at all. The pictures tell half the story. And he even actually talks about it because the book is so much about the silent film era, which came before when the actual film was set, between when the actual book and the film Hugo was set. It actually asks you to imagine that you're sitting in a theater looking at the book and seeing these images. And the images tell a lot of the story. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's all I really wanted to talk about, and hopefully you paid attention through all of it. I don't really care either way. Hopefully you liked it. So like I said, I'm trying to make this more multimodal, and hopefully I'm going to get a video editor so I can remove some of the pauses and all the sorts of stuff. And yes, this will be a lot better to watch, and hopefully maybe I can add some pictures to these videos one of these days. Alright, yeah. So thank you for watching, and you can follow me on Tumblr at null507.tumblr.com.